Hi, this is the Goodlife investor, and today's topic is the Albania CBI, a long-awaited launch. It's not yet fully implemented. Albania has recently announced its selection of a vendor partner or a marketing partner or an agent partner. We don't know the extent to which Albania is going to rely on this partner. Is it going to be marketing only? Is it going to be marketing, legal, and implementation? The design, the framework, the approval, all of that, they have made it clear that it would be under their control. So in this topic today, we're going to discuss how good of a program this is. Is it worth considering this program in 2022? Who this is good for? How does this compare with some of the other CBIs, and should you be going for this program? So stay tuned. Before we get started, if you're new to my channel, my name is Jay Suresh, and if you want to get started with any of your residencies or citizenships, click the link in the description, book a call. We can discuss your use case and which citizenship or residency best fits your needs, and go ahead and subscribe so you get notified of any changes to existing programs or launch of any new programs. You're notified firsthand. And if you like this kind of content, give me a thumbs up, and let's get started. So the topic I wanted to cover today is how strong of a passport this is. What access does it have? How does it compare to, let's say, the other options, the Caribbean, the Middle Eastern, Turkey, Egypt, Jordan, and other programs that are out there in the European region, which is Montenegro, Macedonia, etc. So Albanian passport itself has 130 countries. So in terms of access, it has partially good access going on for itself. So it does give you the EU access to a large extent, but it does not give you the UK and Ireland and some of the key countries which a Caribbean passport would give you. So in that sense, it is a decent passport. 130 countries access is not bad. It's pretty decent. But again, when you compare it one-on-one with let's say a Caribbean option, then UK and Ireland might be important countries which might be missing from an Albanian passport. Now that is just one aspect of it. Are there any advantages over the Caribbean options? I think one of the biggest advantage that I see is a lot of people would actually like spending time in Albania. I'm not saying that people wouldn't like spending time in the Caribbean islands, but because they're tiny and because they're islands, they're not on the mainland, they are disconnected. That's a different type of a lifestyle. So if you are someone who can be on an island for most of your time, then that's a different story. But for a lot of people, they like to stay inland. Getting an opportunity to stay in the European region, Albania could be an interesting option. Now, when you talk about the real estate investment in Albania, I think, again, it lags behind some of its neighbors in terms of the value proposition. At this time, I don't expect the property prices to shoot up anytime soon. So if you're investing in Albania, then it is for the long term. You aren't really going to find any immediate returns. In fact, once you park your capital in real estate, it might even be difficult for you to get out, because again, you would want to have buyers, especially depending upon the kind of investment that you do. So from a real estate investment perspective, yes, it might be a good area to invest and get a property, but then definitely one should be looking at a long-term scenario. Now, again, this is not investment, financial, or legal advice. This is just my opinion, and this should be taken from an educational or an informational perspective only. Now, in terms of the accessibility, I think this is an important one. Now, if someone does in Albania, I would assume they're doing this for access to the country, meaning if you actually want to go and live and reside in the country, then this is a decent option. You can compromise on that UK and the Ireland access, because obviously you can then be in Europe. You can actually go and live partially or full-time in Albania. One of the big questions is the accessibility. In terms of direct flights from around across the world, I think you're always going to be looking at transiting through the Istanbul airport. So you would be going to Turkey no matter what. So you would be landing in Turkey, and then you're talking about entering Albania. So if you are from the European region, especially if you're from the Balkans, you have a different path to Albania. But if you're someone from the West or from South Asia, then getting into Albania might be tricky because of the hassle of travel to get to your country, to your home. It might not be a great option in certain cases. If you're not looking for accessibility, if you're not going to travel that often, then it's okay. It does not matter. How does this compare to a Caribbean? It all comes down to the price. If Albania prices its CBI in the 100K range, which I doubt, I don't know yet, it really depends upon them. Considering that they're in Europe, they have the example of North Macedonia and Montenegro. Both programs are in excess of 250K. So looking at that, it's going to be interesting. Are they going to follow the Caribbean trend of 100K-ish type of scenario, or they're going to look at these more expensive programs and decide that they want to lean more towards the expensive side? That again has to be seen. But if it is in the price range of the Caribbean programs, then it's going to be super exciting how it competes with the Caribbean program. If the prices were to be 90K euros, it becomes damn exciting, and it really competes a lot heavily with the Caribbean options, and then it becomes super exciting. If it goes anywhere closer to 200K euros or more, then I doubt it's going to be in competition with a lot of the other programs, and that the price range is yet to be seen. So it really depends upon the price. At the same price point, if the use case is to live in the country, then Albania is a beautiful location. You can be in the European region on the mainland, and you have the access to a lot of other neighboring countries. So a pretty useful geographical location for you to reside and spend your time. If you're looking for pure access, you want the UK, you want the Ireland, you want the additional few countries, then the Caribbean passport makes a lot more sense. If you are looking for pure accessibility, means you're looking for a transit point, you're always traveling, you want a convenient airport to land, then this one would not compete with Turkey. Turkey makes more sense if you're looking for a transit point. Istanbul airport, you can hardly even beat that. That's one of the most connected airports in the world. One interesting thing about Albania is that it's on the FATF grey list, just like Dubai, Turkey, Jordan, and a couple of other countries. So that's something you want to be mindful of. If you're going to transfer money, you may have to fill out a bunch of extra forms, being on the FATF grey list of countries. What's the reputation? I think it has a similar reputation to a Turkish passport. Both are Muslim nations. So again, that could positively or negatively influence your decision based on where you are from. If you are from a Muslim nation, then this becomes a more attractive option. If you're from the Western region and looking for diversity, this could be an interesting option for you. But there would still be a lot of people who would want to get a more Western allied passport no matter what. So in that case, this is not a great option for you. So this is an super interesting program. Whether it's a good program or not a good program, having the option is always an exciting development. It really not only gives the community an option, but it also encourages other countries to take the next step, to take the leap, to do something, and to roll out their programs if they had something in mind. Let me know your thoughts on the potential of the Albanian CBI. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell notification. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. And until next time, you take care and goodbye.